We are live. We are live.
Oh, hey. How you doing there?
For all of you that waited patiently, thank you. For all of you that didn't, go fuck yourselves. So, here's what we're going to do. We're going to be talking about just the Power episode this week. There's not any news coming out, so we're not going to talk about any news.
Nope.
Just kidding. Obviously, there's a lot of news coming out. We're going to talk about all of it.
Yeah.
And you're goddamn right I'm right. You know why? Because I did say it was going to be Go Buster. Actually, I made a bet with one of my new fellow cast members from... And by the way, I will never, ever in my life question tokusatsunetwork.com ever again.
No.
Because I...
completely on it.
Yeah, I had a bet with Paula that I said it was going to be Q Ranger, and she had sources that said it was going to be Go Buster, and she was right. But... how did you know, LOL? Well, inside sources. Don't you guys see what we do here at that hashtag show? We break news all the freaking time. Why would we not break news about Power Rangers? Come on, guys.
Know? Like, are you new?
Larry Newbill already with that super chat, which brings me into the next thing I'm going to talk about. First of all, sorry, relate. We had some technical difficulties, and I know you're going to say, like always, first person that says that, I'm going to see it more. I'm going to slap the taste right out of your mouth. I'm going to slap your lips right off your face. The first thing we have is the super chat feature. I am fresh. I just got back from Mexico. I was partying all night with Christopher Kamen Lee. You can check that out on his Instagram. Literally left there to come here, and then I'm going to go back after dark. I think JD's coming with me. You said you might show up. It's crazy, man. Got into some shenanigans last night. Anyway, yeah. Anyway, we do have the super chat feature. You know what that does? It helps support the show, and also it takes down the boss. And what the boss is, whoever's at the top of this food chain by the end wins free tickets to Power Morphicon and gets the VIP treatment, along with possibly a Power Ranger date to Morphicon Prom. It's called Angel Grove Prom. Get it right, Joe. Use your cue cards. Second thing. Oh yeah, and you get the Dracon figure. It's not Draken figure that they have at Power Morphicon. Also, we have
1 of 500 guys. I'm just really driving that force home because you guys don't pay attention to that.
If you don't know, this is going to be, it's going to be one of the final runs because there's only going to be 500 of these, and they can't be produced anymore, mainly because they're not with Bandai anymore. Nope. They're not going to be with Bandai after 2019.
Yes, so big news.
We'll talk about that in a little bit. Also. What else we got? Oh, we got the TeePublic store. You guys already know what that is. That helps you support us with cool geek t-shirts. Both of these are TeePublic shirts, actually.
There you go.
This is our E3 exclusive shirt, but it's also on our TeePublic store as well, so you can get that there.
Oh, people actually want the Morphicon one from last year.
Well, I don't know what to tell them
because sorry, guys.
That was a
very
super limited edition run, and I think
the ones for this year are going to be amazing.
I think we have a few left, but we don't have very many. I think there's under 10 shirts of those.
I think so, yeah.
There's not a lot at all. So those Morphicon shirts are donezo. Also, I was not there for an earthquake in Mexico. I got back yesterday.
When the earth was shaking, he was in the air.
And Joe, are you okay? No, I'm obviously okay. I'm back in California. But sorry, my thoughts are go out to the people in Mexico. Also,
yes.
I do want to say my thoughts really do go out to the people, those students in Florida, man. I hate talking about things like this. We should not be talking about things like this, and it kind of sucks. It doesn't kind of suck. It definitely sucks, because this is stuff that you should only be seeing in movies, not in real life. So my thoughts and prayers to all the families and anybody affected by that school shooting in Florida. It's crazy. Sometimes, and I know this isn't what the show's about, but I like speaking from the heart, that sometimes I think that when I was going out to Mexico, a lot of people were like, oh, Mexico's dangerous. I was like, man, the United States is dangerous. Look, like if you're a kid out there, just going to school, a place that you should stay safe at, and you got to deal with something like this, it sucks. And I think that, I always crap on Saban, but now I got to crap on our own United States government, even though I'm a Canadian. But the fact of the matter is, there needs to be better health care for mental illness, and there needs to be, we need to, a lot of people are going to attribute it to whatever they want to attribute it to, but things need to be monitored, and we need to do a better job for things like this not to happen. But that's going to do it for that. I don't want to go that much into it, but I do want to say, at Hashtag Show, we do care about what happens in the world because we're a part of the world.
We're citizens of it.
And, so everybody that's affected by that school shooting in Florida, man, it's so sad. Just kids. They're just kids. So, whatever. Not whatever, but you know what I mean. Anyway, back to this. Yes, we also have the THS Hashtaggers page on Facebook, or group in Facebook, that helps you extend talking about the episode even further, talking about all the news even further, and there's a lot of it.
Yeah, you'll also get a lot of exclusives concerning things that we are doing, things that are coming down the pipeline as far as new projects that we're doing. You'll be able to find out about that stuff right there, probably first before anywhere else. So if you haven't subscribed to it, definitely subscribe. If you haven't joined the group, join the group. And if you haven't told friends yet, make sure you do.
Yes. Okay. Now, what I'd like to talk about is a little bit of news.
Okay.
Just a little bit of news. First of all, guys, in the chat, I've seeing a few new faces. DJ Deuce, I haven't really seen you. So there's a few of you guys in there. Obviously, Jezzer's in there. Jezzer, I hope your mom's feeling better. Jezzer was supposed to be here with us, but he had to deal with some family stuff. And Jezzer, shout out to you. Hopefully I'll see you soon. Yeah. Robert, Lara, Tom Craven is in there. And Lucius, now you can stop freaking asking what season's going to get adapted. What season's going to get adapted? Hey, Daniel, what season's going to get adapted? Hey, Joe.
Oh, yeah. Well, now that he has that question answered, he's going to ask now,
Spud.
Who are they casting?
Spud says, JW, when you guys sending the PMC tickets to me? You don't get sent tickets, my friend. You just show up.
Yeah, you arrive and your name's actually on a list. You're VIP. That's how VIP works.
That's how it works. Also, all right, so let's talk about some news. We're going to lead up to everything, but there's been a lot of news coming out. So I'm going to start with the Phantom Ranger. Me, the Phantom Ranger. Right. I am in the Legacy War video game. If we could pull up a clip of whatever that was, that'd be great. But the Phantom Ranger is in the Legacy War video game, and I am super excited about it. Usually when they come to the Legacy War video game, they come super OP. So obviously, the Phantom Ranger is going to come pretty strong, but we're going to see a lot of future Rangers going down the line. What Ranger do you want to see in Legacy War?
Honestly,
and are you cool with the Phantom Ranger finally getting this deal?
Phantom Ranger is actually pretty good. I mean, the Gold Ranger is the Gold Ranger in now?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, because you've been in it for a while, I think. So the Phantom Ranger, I just want to, play the Phantom Ranger versus the Gold Ranger for a bit. It's kind of cool. But I would love if we could get like a special Shattered Grid thing and have Lord Draken. But that's possibly not going to happen. Could I have a Q Ranger in it?
Hey, Lucius, I would make that bet for you, but you've never super chatted in your life, so obviously your $10 bet is worthless to me.
It's true. But maybe a Q Ranger?
I don't think we'll get that.
All right, fine. I'll just have to deal with the Go Busters that they're going to be putting up next year. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that was obviously another thing. Now, for all of you fans of, and this is going to be a little bit of a progression here, Nickelodeon re-upped their deal for 3 years with Saban.
Oh, yeah.
Funny enough, we actually got an email from Saban on Monday talking about this. So, we'll see what happens. But
somebody's paying attention. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, all of us that have been making all this ruckus and all this noise, they're finally noticing. We got an email from Saban on Monday right before I left to Mexico. It was a nice email, though, I will say. And then we also got another email. I think it was, when did we get sent the other email from Saban? Was it Wednesday? Thursday? Yeah. I was in Mexico when the other email came. But
interesting.
Yeah, there's eyes on us now. We're causing a ruckus. We're causing a stir. And you know what the first thing is that I didn't like what I heard this week? Saban going back to Nickelodeon like an abused girlfriend going back to an abusive boyfriend. I hate it. I don't like it.
And signing up for 3 years to do it.
It is ridiculous. Now here's an interesting thing. Let's break this down a little bit. Something that I know you guys have been reading some articles and stuff like that. But let's really talk about this. Let's really get into this. 3 years is an odd time to sign because usually Saban does this thing where they do 2-season story arcs or two season compilation seasons, which total up to I believe about 44 episodes. somewhere around there. Now, they signed for 3 years, which is odd, to say the least. So, what does that tell me? That tells me one out of two things.
Okay.
Number one is that, and we'll get to the announcement about beast morphers later, but number one, it tells me that for 3 years, something could be happening where every single year is going to be a different season and different cast. Definitely could be happening.
Yeah, but okay.
Second idea, because think about this, and I'll talk about this as I go into this further.
Okay.
But the second idea is that whatever this story arc is going to be, it's going to follow for 3 years. And now, if that is the case, that means that Saban is listening, and this is a possibility. The other spectrum of this is what if Nickelodeon's not so confident in Power Rangers anymore, and they're like, you know what, we're going to give you 3 years to get more numbers. So there's a few different scenarios the way that this is going to work. There's a possibility there could be no more super season. I almost think that there won't be. I almost think that there won't be another super season, and this is my guessing because I have a theory of what's going to happen. Just a theory, but guess what? That Go Buster theory was right, wasn't it? Can't see me, motherfuckers.
So what's the theory?
All right, I'm not going to get there yet.
Oh, okay.
Step by step. So we do know that they signed for 3 years. Okay, the next bit of news that I want to talk about is Saban ended their contract, or their deal came to an end, and they're parting ways with Bandai of America. So the master toy license was up for grabs, and then 24 hours later, and if you look in THS hashtaggers, I was the one that called it right. I was like, they're going to Hasbro, and then everyone's like, how did you know that?
Yeah,
guess what? I just knew it.
My thing is why? What happened that made this happen? When they were like, yeah, we're gonna leave Bandai, which we've been working with forever. That actually introduced us to a really great legacy.
Finally, they listened to me, and they're not getting shit figures that they weren't promised. And now they're like, you know what? We're going to move on to the dudes that do the Marvel figures. We're going to move on to the guys that do the Star Wars Black Series. You imagine if we got a Power Rangers Black Series style thing? You kidding me right now? This could be America's version of the figure arts figures? You're goddamn right, I'm in. Removable heads that they could put on the actor's likeness. They could sign, and this works out for the actors because, like I said, I was hanging out with Chris Kamen Lee last night, and one of the things we talked about, I was like, hey, would you sign a contract? Because WWE does this. They're called Legends contracts.
Okay.
What they do is they sign these contracts, and they sign them for a duration of time to use their likeness. Not to get paid, but to use their likeness. So if you were a former wrestler like like Bret Hart.
Right.
You sign a Legends deal, and they can use your likeness and sell merchandise with you. Now, if that's the case,
you get paid for that, though.
You get paid for that.
Okay.
If that's the case, if Hasbro does this with that technology that they have, imagine you will get every single Ranger and their likeness. This is the first time we were ever doing this, besides those stupid flip heads that look like crap.
Oh my god, I remember those. Oh wait, so that means they're gonna do it then. That means I finally get an actual Rocky figure.
You could actually get a Rocky figure. You could actually get all these figures. Now, I personally think, I'm not a big fan of them going to Nickelodeon, but I am a huge fan of them going to Hasbro. However, for all of you that have collected the Legacy line, you're going to be out of luck because I know that they say that the line's going on until 2019, and it is. But if you think they're going to get 25 seasons by 2019 of figures, you are mistaken. It is not going to happen. So yeah, that's not going to happen. Hasbro is going to do wonders with this line, and I think that it's going to show. And I think that once all of you guys, all of us, had a fan outcry about what that Gold Ranger Legacy figure looked like, then we obviously got a new license, and I think the fans were finally heard.
So the Gold Ranger was the straw that broke the camel's back.
I think there was a lot obviously going on.
No, I'm saying there were a lot of problems that they did before, and this was the one that was like,
Bandai has been our, and I gotta give credit where credit's due. They gave us a lot of great Legacy line figures. We got the communicators, we got the weapons. That was great. However, being at Hasbro, it's gonna kick it up to the next notch. Now, if anybody that's out there has seen the Infinity Gauntlet that they've made for Infinity War, that thing is amazing.
That thing is like one of the articulation too, like literally.
And even if you look at the Iron Man helmet, their version of the Iron Man helmet, the faceplate that comes off, another amazing thing.
Panther
It's not
toys,
going to be like their
like,
oversized bobblehead Power Ranger helmets they already have. So if you think about this, going to Hasbro is the best possible move that they can make. Hey, Shadowbird, I'm glad you're joining us. So right now, I got to give credit where it's credit's due. They made a move, and they're sticking with it. Now, I know the master license is going to stay at Bandai, but it's not going to be at Bandai America. Everything's moving to Hasbro. Amazing. I like it. Good on you, Saban, for making that move.
Wow.
Next thing I want to talk about. We finally know what our adaptation is, guys.
Come on.
Beast Morphers. Okay. Now, let's talk about this a little bit. If you watch us and you follow our show, obviously there's a reason why you watch the best Power Rangers after show there is, because we break news. And when I say we break news, everybody that's in the chat here, everybody that's in the chat and has been following us a long time, you guys knew that we said it was going to be Go Buster, and guess what? It's freaking Go Buster. It's going to be called Beast Morphers. Now we're the first, I believe we're the first outlet to really report on this, because the news just broke today, about an hour ago. What I want to talk about now is run over this a little bit. So the reason, and I'm going to go back to the Nickelodeon deal. They signed for 3 years till 2021. Now, if you think about what they could be setting up, this could be a story arc that translates through 3 seasons.
Right.
Or it could be a new season every single year.
So if they do the new season every single year, you have your theory, so go ahead. I'll let you go ahead.
Well, I don't think this is a theory as much as I think this is something that they're planning on doing. Now, if you think about the way that this is all going to sort out, is that I think that Saban is actually listening to us. I would really say to us, when I say us, the Illuminati. And if you're part of the Illuminati, if you're part of my clique, then you know what I'm talking about. If you're not, if you're like Carlos Martinez and a loser in there, then you don't know what I'm talking about. So what I think is going to happen is this, and listen, we're right about the Go Buster thing. Right. I really should say Paula was right. I don't want to take her credit. She said it, not me. Here's what I think is going to happen. I think Beast Morphers is going to be the first season.
Okay.
And that's Go Buster. I think the second adaptation will almost be like a power-up season, but it's going to be Zoologer, because it's another Beast season.
Sense. Yeah, okay.
And then, what if, because they can acquire more Rangers along the way in Zoologer, then what if they do a Power Rangers in space, shift off into space, and it's Q Ranger? And they meet other Rangers in space, too. It's not so far out of the thing, because you got to assume, too, but now we have a plethora of options.
But this also goes into a lot of other things that are happening behind the scenes as well. Chiplin's farewell season, right?
No, that's not official. That's not official.
See, that's what people are talking about like crazy, but I don't know if that's not. It's not. So it's not official. We don't know if that's going to be the case. My thing is, the way Chiplin has been running it so far.
Hey, I want to read you a text that I got earlier. This is from Peter Sodarso. I said that him and I were talking as I was coming out here. I said, so it's Go Buster, because him and I were talking about this. He thought it was Zoologer. I told him it was Go Buster. He was like, there's no way. So I said, it's Go Buster. He wrote, yep, haha. I'm hella stoked. And I wrote, I didn't see that coming. He says, I'm psyched about it. So Peter's really excited about it. This is one of his favorite seasons. And there's a lot here that we're going to talk about, because there's stuff that you guys might not even know that has to change now.
Right.
Because it is Go Buster. So, like I was saying, though, this could possibly be a story arc that translates for 3 seasons. If they're smart, that's what it is. If they're not, then we get Super Beast Morphers, which sounds stupid. And I wouldn't put it past them, though.
I was going to say, it's not like too much of a shock.
So another thing that I want to talk about, too, is since we do have an official season and we know officially what it is, there's a thing that I don't even think the fans out there know of, is that since Go Buster's kind of older, the actual filming of the actual American filming has to be downgraded.
Yeah.
Because it's too hard to adapt at this point. So they have to downgrade the footage, which is actually going to cost more money.
Yeah.
Funny enough, it's going to cost about the same amount as if they were doing Q Ranger.
Really?
Yeah. So, because Q Ranger has elaborate sets and a lot of Rangers.
Yeah.
This is the transfer of the actual film to downgrade it is going to cost more money, or to upgrade the Go Buster footage.
Oh, and actually put it in HD.
Yeah. Well, it's already in HD.
Whoa.
But the graininess, you can tell, because we're talking a series that's like 7 years old. You know what I mean? That's kind of this is they've never done this before.
Right.
This is something that's obviously an older series, so it's gonna be quite crazy.
Oh, well, definitely. I mean, but the thing is, like...
Let me read the premise, though. Go ahead.
The thing is that whole conversion, changing it and actually downgrading, it's amazing to me that it costs more to actually downgrade something and bring it to where
Well, I mean, because you got to use the most up-to-date cameras, obviously, and you got to do all that stuff. But I'm going to read you the synopsis. Set in the future, a secret agency combines newly discovered substance called Morph X with animal DNA to create the new Power Rangers Beast Morphers team. The Rangers must fight off an evil sentient computer virus bent on taking over the source of all Power Rangers, the Morphin Grid itself. Featuring never-before-seen leather suits, an all-new Beast-themed arsenal, including dynamic new Zords. Fans should get ready for a season full of secret ops and more phenomenal fun. Now, here's what I'm getting out of this is that if you noticed, I think that Hyperforce had a little bit to play into the reason why this is getting adapted. And I think it's because Hyperforce has a different aesthetic, even though you don't see it, but it's promoted, that fans were like, we like the suits, we like the suits. I actually think that they were leaning towards Zyuohger until the response of Hyperforce. This season I'm excited for, and I'll tell you why. This could be Neo Saban's RPM. With the spy season, it could definitely be Neo Saban's RPM, depending on how well they write it. And if it is an actual story arc that they follow, this could be it. This could be the thing that turns Power Rangers back. Again, wishful thinking on my part because I want the best for all of us. This is a great time to be a fan. This was a great week to...
Well, truth matter is, this is definitely time to be a fan, but I mean, for us, honestly, not even anywhere else, but the Illuminati and just the show itself, we know that now, there's without a shadow of a doubt, we're being watched. We know that people are paying attention to what we do and what we say. And
we did. We did get 2 emails from Saban this week,
and we also know that honestly, we are shifting the paradigm when it comes to the culture of Power Rangers itself. So, with things that we suggest, things that we say, do you think our voice is strong enough to actually make the change for what they're looking to do? For
of course,
the next
it is.
3
Listen,
years?
I honestly think that a lot of the things that we've talked about here, a lot of the grievances I've shared in the past, we're finally seeing the fruition of that come true this week. And we saw, obviously, a change in Bandai. We crapped all over the stuff that they were giving us. We told them, I told you guys, that if you don't like it, don't buy it. Make them earn your money.
That's right.
And guess what they did? They're like, you know what? We're changing distributors. I'm not saying we did it. I'm not saying we did it, but I am saying that we put it out in the air, and this is what happened. So they made a positive change to take a chance and move it. And then then now we got, you know what? I'm actually kind of happy that we're getting Go Buster because it's something that's different, and you're doing something different. Spawn's making a ballsy move here.
Yeah.
So it's either they have a plan or they don't. Tom Craven, thank you so much. Craven is Rangers hashtag Craven is Rangers hashtag we're being watched hashtag let's morph. Thank you so much. Nice. That super chat thing is going down, so Larry's gonna have to fight them all off. I don't think it's going. It's obviously not a sequel to RPM.
No.
Or at least it doesn't seem that way. But this is going to be it's a great time to be a Ranger fan right now. Anything else you guys want to talk about with the new season before we get into this episode of Power Rangers? Because the real meat of our show is exactly what we're talking about right now.
Well, the meat of the show is actually literally the story and the news. I mean, it's really big right now. It's something that people didn't expect to actually see so soon, but we knew it was coming because of the whatchamacallit, not trade show. What is it called? The patent show.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
So we knew it was coming up, but
the licensing expo.
Yeah, licensing thing. So it was pretty interesting. It's just like boom, it breaks immediately right before we go on air. So the details are still kind of hard, scattered, but it's like as much as we can pick up is what we're sharing.
Yes, and I also think that like this is something. Like I said, if you guys watch our show, we're dropping news on you all the time. For all of you guys, and it's funny because when we started the show, they were like, Joe was right. I mean, technically Paula was right, but I was right about the Hasbro thing. But it's because we do have we do kind of know what's going on in this Power Ranger universe, more so than other outlets that are out there. We do have the news for you, and it's obviously it's accurate. So there you go.
The thing is, being honest and direct. We have the news. We have it first.
Guys, you know that when you watch us, you're watching the best, and you're a part of the best. That's what it comes down to. We are amazing together. We have Huvian Colum. Beastmaster's super chat. Thank you so much. Beastmaster sounds interesting. I'm so glad it's not in high school again. Yes, we're getting more of an adult, not an adult thing. We're getting more.
They are adults. They're not going to be kids. They're not going to be high schoolers.
We got another one. Oh, you sent it twice. I don't know if you meant to send that twice. I feel bad. Beastmaster sounds interesting. I'm so glad they're not in high school again. Yeah, man. I'm happy they're not in high school again. Also, I'm happy that. Listen, we're getting a spy espionage Power Rangers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, how cool is this going to be? This could change everything. Mm-hmm. And not only that, they're giving us great content with Boom Studios and Shattered Grid. So we still have that to look forward to. Right now, as much as, like I've told you guys, as much as I'll crap on Saban, I'll give them credit where credit's due. And for most of the stuff today, for most of the stuff we've heard this week, I'm okay with. The only thing I'm hesitant with is the re-upping the deal with Nickelodeon. However, if it is for 3 years and not 4, which I find interesting, they could be changing a lot of things. So we'll see what happens. We got another super chat. Thanks for being honest and making a difference to Power Rangers. Thank you for your support, Brian Darby.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate it. I just thought about it right now, and what you're saying is, well, with the description that they're saying, trying to like disrupt the very like fabric of what it take, the power that it is for them to be able to morph. Do you not think it kind of sounds like they could be edging towards a whole Shattered Grid thing?
I mean, it could definitely. No, I don't. It can't.
No, why not?
Because Shattered Grid is going to start. It's going to come out in May.
Right.
This isn't coming out to 2019.
No, that's what I'm saying. Okay, but by then, now we'll be able to adapt. We'll be able to first time adapting something that was actually done in the comic world into something that we actually get to see. Wouldn't it be cool?
Yeah, it could. I mean, it could be. It could definitely be cool. Jamel says it's because no other channel was interested. I don't think that's necessarily true.
Oh, that can be the case, my friend.
Because there's a lot of channels that are definitely interested. Larry Newbill, another one. Glad it's not a prank this time. Adapted Go Buster. Hey, not a prank this time. We got an official announcement, guys, and I'm happy that it came on a day. Man, that bar.
Dude, that bar is hilarious.
That bar is dying right now.
Somebody's like,
it's almost done. Hey guys, so you know what we also have left to come is a big, epic, hopefully epic 25th year anniversary. I don't want to say not anniversary. It's not an anniversary.
No,
don't call it an anniversary. Hashtag not an anniversary.
It's a 25th year celebration.
25th year celebration. That's right.
There you go.
So that's going to be a thing. Let's take someone. I'm going to go to some of these comments. Tori Stanfield says, "This is going to be a good season. What would you like to see of the new season? And what would you guys think of the Morphers?" Low key, I have a boner. Says Hatlum899 live.
Well, congratulations.
So we have a lot. There is going to be. You know what? Did anybody send in a Morphicon prom video this week? A Morphicon prom, Angel prom video? No, nothing.
I don't think so.
Okay, guys, you can send those in, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. A bar on top of those. All right, we got another one, Brian. Also, my bad for being new. No, dude, we love new people here.
No.
Thank you for joining us, dude.
Never say it's you're bad for being new. We're glad that you actually showed up, and we're here to make sure that we can go ahead and communicate with the whole Ranger community. And the Ranger community isn't just in one location; it's worldwide. So we're glad that you're here. Tell your friends about us, and let's get bigger.
Listen. I know Jamel says, think about... All right, I'm going to read his comment real quick, then I'm going to comment on it. Daniel and Joe, think about it. Most children channels have stuff that they take more seriously. You see Cartoon Network with TTG and Disney with Marvel and Star Wars. That's true. That's completely true. But to say that Power Rangers isn't a lucrative franchise that any other network would want would be foolish. That's not the way business works.
If it was, Disney wouldn't have gone ahead and used it as a tester.
You have a hard out. Don't you have to leave in like 3 minutes?
Yeah. But if it was, Disney wouldn't have used it as a tester to see what they can actually do as far as being able to market to boys. We wouldn't have Marvel if Disney didn't do what it did, which I learned from you last week.
It's true.
So, I mean, think about that. Power Rangers is a great breeding ground for so much.
You know, the one thing that they've announced that I'm not completely sold on is Beast Morphers. I don't know about that title.
I don't like the title too much. I'm not like a big fan of it, but it's a shame that they've settled on it because now we have to deal with that name, and it's just it sounds like a lost Transformers season. It really does. It does. Like we had Beast Wars, now it's like Beast Morphers. You're like, but it's not Force. It's not Super, and it's not Force. So either one of those two, thank God, and they didn't go with Beast Squad either.
There is a name for this Power Ranger fandom. Listen, I talk Anybody that knows me in here, I talk a lot about my true feelings about what Saban's doing. Right now, they've done a lot more good this week with a lot of the announcements than they have done bad. I think re-signing with Nickelodeon probably wasn't the best idea, but we'll see what happens. Let's see.
It was Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, or Disney again, and they probably weren't going to go to XD. So doing this, I think actually was still an okay move. So just see how much they'll be able to truly grow. A 3-year option may be good.
Let's talk about though, because we spent half of the show already on this subject, and that's great because I know this is stuff that you guys want to talk about. But I do want to talk about this week's episode, which is kind of like overlooked now at this point. I don't remember what it was called because it wasn't great. It was like the Parent Trap. You had said that.
Pretty much. Okay. Hey. The parents happen to see each other, notice each other for the first time.
We got another super chat.
And they got interested.
Super Mega Force team up like in Go Buster. Yeah, it's possible.
You think so?
I don't know. We'll see, though. I kind of doubt it, though.
I was like, I don't know.
All right, so what? Go ahead.
Pretty much, whose parents, what's her name? What were the kids? The girls' names?
Haley and Sarah?
Their parents finally meet, and when they meet, they automatically become interested in each other. Like sparks are flying right off the bat. Hey, what's your name? Oh, really? Oh, that's my name. Oh, what do you do? Oh, well, I do this. It was like, okay, this is going to be awkward, and you can see it. Kids did not like it. It becomes like a reverse Parent Trap where they're trying to make sure that parents do not get together. Ultimately, they figure out how wrong and selfish they were, and they were like, they deserve happiness too. But the important part was, what's her name's father he made a drone, or like an underwater drone, that first you thought wasn't important until it became a Zord, and now is going to be a mainstay in the show.
Yeah, listen.
The Zord was horrible. I'm sorry to say it. I'm running out of time, so that's what I'm saying. And really, I'm just saying what I have to say. The Zord was horrible. I was not a fan of it.
Don't you have to go now?
Yeah. I wasn't a fan of it.
Daniel's not here for the full time because we went on late, so he has a hard out at 2 o'clock.
Yeah, I'm going to morph, and probably I'll come back as someone else.
And so you know what I'm going to do? I'm taking over. And you know what that means when I take over? That means I get to say and do whatever I want. So, this episode, listen, guys, if anything, Tom, if I learned anything about this week's episode is that we need a new showrunner. This episode was not very good, and I think what it's doing at its best is like that Zord idea was stupid, and the way it was introduced was stupid, and I want to see better. I want to see better out of what Super Ninja Steel can be and should be. This was not the way to do it, and I think that's a goddamn shame. And it shows us all that we need to we're intelligent people, man. I mean, this whole reverse Parent Trap thing was not very good. It didn't even. It's crazy. The main characters of this episode were the parents. Now, I'm glad we got to see Haley's dad, and I'm glad that the parents are, seen. I think the only parent we haven't seen is Calvin's parents at this point, and they do have parents, so that's good. But realistically, this show was just not. This episode wasn't good, and it sucks because we've had a couple good episodes, so now we're about like 50-50. So the first episode sucked, and the fourth episode sucked, but 2 and 3 were pretty good. So what are you giving us, man? It's like a mix mosh of like crap, and Saban just wants to feed us certain things right now. Honestly, dude, guys out there, it's time for a new showrunner. It's time, because I think that, and listen, nothing against Chip, because he's probably been working a lot and really hard at doing this, but thank you so much, Larry, for the super chat. I was supposed to ship it out Wednesday, but I'll do it Monday. Thank you so much for that super chat. But realistically, it's time for something new. I think we need something different, and I think that if Beast Morphers can be that, great. My only problem, though, is if Chip Lynn is running it, not so great, because Chip Lynn came in with a ton of hype after Super Megaforce, but really, was that super hard to do? We could have inserted who's in this. Carlos Martinez in there, and he could have been the showrunner, and we would want Carlos in there besides anybody after Super Megaforce, but we get Chip Lynn, and he makes the first half of Dino Charge really, really good. And because he had writing partners, then the second half of Dino Charge fell off, and we all know that like that show had so much potential, and they dropped the ball. And then after that, we get Ninja Steel. And Ninja Steel, we were all excited about it as fans. All excited about it. And look what happened. Look what freaking happened in Ninja Steel. It wasn't great, and it's no fault to the actors because all of the actors are great. Obviously, Peter's down. Peter's good. We have a lot of great actors on there, but not necessarily great stories. And we all thought that Super Ninja Steel was going to be that turning point. And the first episode, let me tell you, that was probably the worst premiere of any Power Ranger season I think I've ever have seen. Secondly, the second episode was not bad. Third episode was pretty good. Fourth episode, what the fuck did they give us? The fuck was that? Didn't like it. Did not like it at all. So I want to see what you guys gave this in the chat. How many ninja stars you given this episode? Because I'm going to give it 1.5. See what you got. See what you got. Now I'm going to read some of your comments. Super Samurai 1. Oh, you guys are going fast here. So if you do Super Chat, I can read those better. They need Jackie Marchand back to help Chiplin. It was both of them together that made some of the best seasons we ever got. And he obviously needs her help to make this happen. Jared Hodges says, if Chiplin is doing Beast Morphers isn't good, they need to bring back Bruce from Power Rangers SPD, the writer of the first season. Let's go to some of your rankings. Strider Xanthos, 2.75. MJ Spud, 1.3. You guys are going fast. Layla gives it a 0. Wow. I feel you on that one, Layla. Hallam899 Live, 2. Carlos Martinez, you give it a 2. Good job on you, Carlos. Larry gives it a 1.2. Ninja Steel's Roller Coaster, that's from our lovely friend Shadowbird. Mikey Perez gives it a 3. Matt Burgess, 1. T-Wolf Typhoon Ranger, 1. 2.5 coming from Team Honey Badger. Anna Miles, 1.5. Jamail, 3.5. Oh, Jamail, this Overdrive had the worst episode, first worst episode ever. I think that's debatable. I think I think this season takes a cake on that. Okay, so we already know that you guys are kind of mixed on the season. You guys are giving it mid rankings. Nobody's giving it past a 4. Let's be real, because it's not a great episode. But things can improve, and it should improve, and Power Rangers needs to be better because, guys, we're coming up on an epic 25th year, and it needs to be better. Beast Morphers. What do you guys think about that name, by the way? Beast Morphers. I'm not 100% sold on it, but I am 100% sold on the season. I do think it's ambitious to take on such an older adaptation because it also makes me feel that like somebody at Saban must have just wanted to go with a drastic change. So I'm really interested in that. Brian Darby says, feel bad for the actors the most, Peter especially. I agree with you, and you can kind of tell that I think Peter is definitely having a better name or a better time on Hyperforce than he is on Ninja Steel. Okay, so guys, now is that time where I get into your comments of the week. I'm gonna do that now, but you guys are talking about the name. Kat loves the name. I don't like the name. iFresh says don't like the name. Don't like the name though. Anti-Sass says the name isn't good. You guys aren't super stoked about the name. Are you guys cool with the season though? Are you guys down with Go Buster? Or did you guys want to see something else? Because personally, everyone thought it was going to be Q Ranger. We did say here a while ago that we thought it was going to be Go Buster because we had some inside information that said it was going to be Go Buster. Obviously, it turned out to be Go Buster. And what do you guys think about the new logo? We didn't even talk about that. We got a new Power Rangers logo. So that was kind of cool. It was kind of cool, right? But yeah, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this for a second. All right, so I'm going to read some of your comments. Jared Hodges says, I like the episode Moment of Truth and Tough Love, but seriously, I hope this gears us towards a better season of Power Rangers. I give both episodes 5.5. I think, my opinion, they should have done the Return of the Prisms and the two-parter along with the Royal Arrival Part 1 and 2 and Gold Rush Part 1 and 2. Same thing with the Echoes of Evil Part 1 and 2. Really, Saban needs to stop being cheap and create and be more original. Bring back character arcs, team-ups, battleizers, episodes including anniversary episodes as well, because Legendary Battle was crappy, as yes, fans need their voices heard a lot, and I couldn't agree more. The way the actors get treated by Saban is just wrong to me, and the most of the Power Ranger actors I talked to at a few cons in Knoxville did say that they would stay on the show a little bit longer, but Saban couldn't pay them enough money to continue along with their contracts. Saban needs to change their ways on how they do things and rehire Bruce, the writer and producer of Power Rangers SPD, was an amazing writer, writing the episodes in my eyes, and no more super seasons. Keep the Power Rangers season title name the way it was. Try to do 40 episodes or 50 episodes, like how they did Power Rangers Zeo. and take a risk, quit playing it safe, and get rid of... Hey, they did take a risk. They're obviously doing Go Buster. That's a big risk. And get rid of the It's Morph for Time and Go-Go from the opening theme and morphs be like original with Ninja Star, Lock-In, Ninja Spin. Yeah, pretty much that was it. Cyro Moore, awesome episode. I have a great idea for Power Rangers Ninja Steel team-up. Episodes have been main bad guy brainwash the Power Rangers Zeo team. And thinking the Ninja Steel is a new threat against Earth, I give both episodes 9 out of 10. Who you love more, Power Rangers Wild Force, Power Rangers Jungle Fury? I obviously like Power Rangers. Oh, that's a good one, actually. I don't know. I think I like Power Rangers Wild Force more, actually. Oh, thank you. Look at this. I got a coffee here and everything. You know why? Because I'm taking over, motherfuckers. And I can say things like that right now because nobody else is going to stop me. Okay. You guys, I'm not going to read all these comments. There's like 6 pages. We'll save these for another day. Let's just chat. Let's just talk. Let's just talk about... I'm not going to read all these. It's too many. We'll do that when I have a co-host. But I kind of just want to talk to you guys about everything that's going on. What do you guys feel about this this change for Hasbro? We haven't really dove into that a little bit because I think it's a big change and I think it's something personally that's going to be great for Power Rangers. I think the Saban is making a great choice here at Hasbro with that line. Now, do you want to see that the Legacy line currently continue in the way it is, or do you want to see Hasbro do something completely different with the figures? And I know a lot of you are invested already, which sucks because this is the way Saban hooks you. It's like they're like fish, you know what I mean? They like do this thing and they hook you in, and they're like, oh, we're gonna give you everything. We're bringing you all of the seasons, but then we're not gonna bring back the contract to make that happen. Thanks, Saban. That you really fucked us over on that one because people were collecting this for the whole seasons, not just until your contract ended. So, are you guys gonna? Here's another thing too. Do you think we'll see a dip in toy sales for the Legacy figures because it's not going to continue on, and people know that it's not going to continue on? By the way, speaking of Legacy figures, the yellow and pink Zeo Rangers are GameStop exclusives. So the reason why you're not seeing those in your Toys R Us's or your Rite Aids or wherever you get Targets, Walmarts, wherever you get your Power Ranger Legacy figures, it's because they are GameStop exclusives. So get those at GameStop. Or don't get them at all because you can just wait until Hasbro comes out with them in 2019, which are probably going to be better. Let's be real about that, guys. That's what I think about this. What do you guys think about this? Brian says they'll still be collectibles until they end. 2019, they're for sure going to end. And I think that we will get Civilian Rangers for the first time. I think it's going to happen in this line. Because I think that with Hasbro, what Hasbro does is they have a great way. Listen, if you look at the Marvel Legends line, it was almost groundbreaking. DC tried to do something like that and couldn't get it off the ground. But what Hasbro's done for Marvel is hopefully what they can do for Power Rangers. But here's another thing. Somebody wrote this in the chat, and this is kind of interesting. If Nickelodeon and Saban can't turn the tides around, what are the chances that Hasbro would actually pick up the Power Rangers license completely and start making and take it from Saban and integrating that into their... Think about this, because if they integrate that into their Hasbro universe, which I hear a rumor of they want to integrate all their stuff, imagine you can actually get Transformers versus Power Rangers in an epic showdown. So this could be something to keep an eye on here. This next 3 years going after 2019 to 2021 are going to be pivotal years for the Saban and Power Ranger franchise relationship. I think that this is a big thing. We obviously know that we definitely are going to be having a lot of changes. Personally, for me, I think the biggest change needs to be made, and that's not the head, because Haim Saban's the head of this snake. He's the head of the Hydra. But the second head of that Hydra is Chip Lynn. Chip is a great, wonderful person. I've met him. We've talked. We've done an interview with him. But sometimes you got to know when it's your time to step aside and get a refresher, and right now is that time. And I think all of you guys feel it too with the way that the show's going. I think that you obviously, guys, like, dude, Ninja Steel's his season. That is his baby. This is not anybody. This is his baby, hands on 100%. And look at the quality we're getting. This is not what it should be. This is not the season that you guys that were at Morphicon 2 years ago. Do you remember that feeling you got when you were sitting in those chairs and you were getting this excitement? You saw the Dino Charge cast for one of the last times in person. Well, last times as being Power Rangers in person, and you're sitting there, and then you get this huge casting announcement of each Ninja Steel Ranger, and you get this beautiful moment with Peter and Yoshi, and you think to yourself, man, I love Power Rangers. This is what Power Rangers is all about. They're going to give us a great season. And then they don't. And then after that, it's pretty much they take a crap in your salad and they try to convince you it's chicken salad and it doesn't work. And I don't want to say I'm done with Ninja Steel because I'm going to keep watching the show because overall, I'm just happy that there still is Power Rangers because we almost lost it a few other times. But I am happy that it's still here and it's still around. But we do deserve better storytelling, 100%. All right, so I'm going to go to some of your comments. I know you guys left some comments last week, and we'll read those on another episode. But I want to read some of your comments in the chat because this is a conversation between a passionate Power Ranger fan like me and other passionate Power Ranger fans like you. All right, so Anti-Sass says, could be that he's afraid of using the full potential, seeing how Nickelodeon is way too kid-friendly. The chat is going by fast. It is hard to keep up with you guys. Obviously, you guys are passionate fans, too. Layla says, I feel bad for the actors in the Neo Saban era because they get a lot of backlash from the fans, and it's not their fault. It's the showrunner fault. I agree with that. It's also the writer's fault here. If you actually take a look at some of the actors that have come through the seasons for the past 5-6 years now, they're not bad actors. It's just poorly written. Like, I have a great relationship with all these guys. And I'll bring, you know what? Oh, who are we seeing tomorrow? Azim. Azim, we're going to see Azim tomorrow. We're going to be seeing Mike Jin tomorrow. Nakia Baris, I believe, we're also seeing tomorrow. A few others, right? A couple others? Oh, Brandon Mejia, obviously. So all these guys are great. And even if you talk to them, you know that like they have this passion for the stuff that they did, but they wanted it to be better. And imagine yourself, you out there, Daniel Romano or Anna Miles or Jamal Van Westring. If you're a Ranger, you get this opportunity. Of course, you're gonna want the job, but you're gonna do the best job you can. But you can only do so well with whatever writing you're getting. So for me as a fan, I say, create. You guys create. You guys push the limits because without you guys, Saban and Power Rangers is nothing. Without this fan base, Saban and Power Rangers has nothing. And realistically, you guys are the ones that are driving this. Dude, you guys made that change. You guys are, we made that change. We got Saban. We didn't, I mean, obviously the company did, but it was us outcrying about that Gold Ranger fiasco. We didn't have to take that crap anymore. We didn't take that shit. So what did they do? They re-up with Hasbro. Hasbro's known for being a great toy maker, and now look what we get, or hopefully what we're going to get in 2019. And talk about taking risks. I got to give credit where credit's due. Beast Morphers, ambitious, man. If anything, I applaud you on trying to be ambitious. Now live up to being that ambitious. You gave us Hyperforce, and Hyperforce is pretty good. Now live up to doing something cool, something special, something that we actually care about. Because if you can't do that, then why try at all? But also, I think that with all of you guys, all the fans out there, you guys are pushing the limits too, man. Like, you guys have great ideas for great stories. And the truth is, let's be honest, some of you guys can create better stories from Ninja Steel than they are giving us. So I'm going to put a challenge out there to you guys. I want to put a little bit of a challenge out there. And Craig Anderson, I did get your email. I'm gonna read that as soon as I get a chance. I just got back in from Mexico, so and actually I just finished partying with Chris Kamen Lee. You check out his Instagram page. JD's making funny faces back there because he likes what I'm saying. Do you guys like what I'm saying? They like what I'm saying. Now, realistically though, super happy about what's going on in the world of Power Rangers right now. But I'm putting a challenge out to you guys. I want to see you guys pitch your season of what you thought Ninja Steel should be. Because this is what I'm saying. When I mean push the limits, I really mean push the limits. Because things like the Boom Studios comic is amazing. And some of the fanfic or pitches that you guys have written us is better than what the actual company is giving us. So if you guys are that creative and pushing content that way, that they have to compete with that. So whatever Beast Morphers is going to be, it has to compete with some of you guys. And that's a scary thought because there's nobody more passionate about Power Rangers than you guys. I'd go as far to say not even Chip Lynn. And guess what? You're not getting paid for it, and he is. That's just a part of my thoughts, man. If I can go on for days talking about this stuff, and I hope you like what I have to say, because I don't want to hold back anymore, and we're not puppets. Like I told you guys, we did get 2 emails from Saban, and I do appreciate them reaching out to us. And checking in with us on a few things. I shouldn't mean checking in with us, but they did reach out to us twice this week, sent us really nice emails, and I do appreciate them for doing that. But like I told you guys last week and every other week, is I'm not going to be their puppet, and I'm not going to do what. I'm not their company guy. I'm here for you guys. I'm the voice of the voiceless. I'm here talking about things that we need to change to make this better. Because realistically, anybody that's in California, Southern California, there's a convention going on right now called Gallifrey 1. Gallifrey 1 is one of the best conventions I've ever been to, and it's a Doctor Who convention. For all you Whovians out there, please check it out. It's one of the best conventions. I say support it. But I don't go for the panels. I don't go for the merchandise. I go because you meet the coolest fans. I'm a Whovian, so for those of you that didn't know, you meet the coolest fans and the coolest people, and it's one time a year, and JD can attest to this. It is the best convention outside of Morphicon that you can go to. And it's a place that you don't want to leave. And funny enough, I didn't last night. I came straight here from there, and I'm probably going to go back from being there. Realistically, though, it is such a cool experience. But the reason I bring that up, though, is because the Whovians are putting on this event, and it makes it this friendly event, and it's for the fans, by the fans. And this is what Morphicon is, or at least it should be. It's very best. It should be. And I think that Saban needs to start doing a better job at doing fan events, because this is not something. Listen, the Doctor Who's been around for almost 60 years, 50 years, something like that. The Power Rangers been around for 25. 25 years is nothing to think it's insignificant. It's huge, and I don't know why there's not more fan events for people. I also don't know why the show isn't growing up with its audience. If you watch Doctor Who, it started off as a kid show, and it still is kind of, but it's progressed. Every Doctor you have is progressing, and it takes that audience on a ride with that Doctor. And I don't know why Power Rangers isn't doing that. And I really hope that we see a change with Beast Morphers, because this is a way that it can bring a new audience, a new fan base in, but grow it. So you start off with 3 Rangers, then if you do end up progressing, you'll get more, obviously. And then if you do end up going to Zoojer and transitioning that season as a power-up, you get more Rangers there. And then you could do another Key Ranger thing, get more Rangers there. So there's definitely room for us to get attached to these characters again. Because let's be honest, guys, and Ninja Steel, do you guys really care about Brody? Because I don't. I don't really even know Calvin. I mean, Preston, I feel he's cool. And does Levi even talk? Does he have lines in episodes? I don't know. And the girls, they're very attractive, but I mean, they're just, it's like fan service, I feel like, and they're not used to their full potential. All right, so Brian Derby, thank you again for another super chat. Power Rangers needs to evolve more like UK events too. More UK events too. I agree with that. There's a huge UK fan base, and MJ Spud. Obviously, Brian, you're in the UK. I don't know. Listen, if I get my chance to do what I want to do, with the franchise, what I want to do, I will throw UK events. By the way, speaking of which, let me just tell you guys a little bit about some stuff that we got going on. We got the Angel Grove prom at the official after party at Power Morphicon 2018, and it's going to be free. And the reason why we're making it free is because we want all of you guys there to celebrate the 25th year of Power Rangers with us and with the community. There's nothing better than being a part of a community of things you love. And since Saban isn't going to do it, I figured that we would. Angel Grove Prom 2018 is going to be the second day of MorphCon, that Saturday night at the Convention Center. And if you have a pass, it is free. We do encourage you to treat it like a prom. If you've never been a prom, this is going to be a cool experience for you, because we're going to give you an actual prom at a convention that's going to be themed to Angel Grove. And if you plan on asking somebody, send in your promposals to fanquestions at @show.com, or you can put those right in our Facebook page. Just send them to our Facebook page, and we'll put them right here on the show. The other thing I want to talk about is a lot of you guys know this, and I think most of you guys would know this, is that this is the 20th year for Power Rangers in Space. And I was with Chris Kamen-Lee last night, and I've been talking to Tracy Lynn Cruz. We are planning on something special for that season. But here's the thing, and nobody else really knows this, so this is my first time really talking about this, and I'm getting this look from my producers like, what or is he going to say? Because we did talk, him and I talked about it, but I hadn't really shared it with publicly or with our other producers that don't know about this. But I'm trying to do something really special for the 20th anniversary of Power Rangers in Space, because it is, in my opinion, one of the best seasons there is. The only way that this doesn't go through is if Saban says you can't do it. And if that happens, then I will tell you that we can't do it, and you'll know exactly what that means. That means they are trying to silence me. That means that they don't want to do this, and I think that would be kind of stupid, because this is something they should all kind of celebrate. And this is the 20th anniversary, but this is going to be a big one. If I do what I want to do, then you guys are going to have a great time celebrating the 20th anniversary of that season. Also, we're trying to get Patty back, and that is hopefully going to go better than expected. So we'll see what happens. Guys, I've taken up a lot of your time. Sorry we were late today. It will happen again. I promise you that. So there's that. I want to hear what you guys have to say. And are you guys going to MorphCon? And are you guys going to send us your promposals? What's up with that? And I know that Daniel jetted, so I hope I was able to entertain you and keep you informed. And if you want us to go more into this Power Ranger stuff, let me know, and I'll do an After Dark. If not, I'm going to Gallifrey. Let's see. Not at all, Joe. It's all good. It's been an exciting week. Why doesn't Patricia Jolie do cons? That's a great question. You know, some people just want to. Some people just don't want to do it. Some people, you know, have stigmas. But she's come back for episodes, so you know that's not a bad thing. Listen, my goal is to get 7 people on that stage. That is Christopher Kamen Lee, Roger Valesco, Selwyn Ward, Justin Nemo, Patricia Jolie, Melody Perkins, and I'm missing somebody. Tracy Lynn Cruz? I want to get all 7 of them together. It hasn't been done before, at least not recently, but I'm going to try to make it happen. I'm doing my best. I already got a couple of them to agree, so we're doing that. Oh, and also, I didn't even talk to you guys about this. We are doing our own. If you remember how I was telling you guys to just create your own thing and do your own thing. Sometimes it's going to be better than what they're actually giving us. And if it is, then you put the pressure on Saban, and that means that they have to give us better material, right? Well, we're going to be doing our own version of Power Rangers, and we're basing it on a season that everybody thought was going to be this season, Q Ranger. So stay tuned for that. We're going to be doing a lot of that. Let me know if you want me to do After Dark. I was hoping that Jezer would be coming down. I know that he has some personal issues he needed to attend to. But if you guys want an After Dark, Layla does. She says, Joe, please do an After Dark. If I do an After Dark, though, I'm doing it solo, I think. Am I doing it solo?
I mean, unless Daniel's coming back.
I don't think he is. That's right, dude. If you want more of this guy, except with the filter completely off, tune in for After Dark, because I'll be talking about this. There's a lot to talk about with this. I'll be talking about Black Panther, and there's going to be a lot going on. But I don't want to keep you guys any longer, because you guys are amazing. And thank you for sticking with me, even though we were about half an hour late. You guys are amazing. And we will, if you guys want the After Dark, I'll do an After Dark, and we'll talk all about Power Rangers. I'll take your call-ins. We'll do an AMA. That means an Ask Me Anything. And I'll give you, you guys know me. I'll shoot straight with you. And I'll call Saban for what it is. That's going to do it for us, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. You guys are amazing. You guys make my day. And Brian Derby, thank you for being a new viewer, man. You're amazing. And I am. All right, so Anna, Larry, you guys want the After Dark. We'll give it to you. We'll give you the After Dark. And go see Black Panther and then come back, because we're going to talk about that too. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to That Hashtag Show to stay up to date with everything trending in geek pop culture.